Currently, the number 2 ranked team in the Valley are undefeated in the Sierra League, while the Ayala Bulldogs are unfortunately 1-1. Tom, what does the matchup look like?
As far as Ayala goes, Courtney, you've got Jordan Robinson, who's probably one of the best running backs in the Valley. In addition to that, Dane Cruikshank had 2 touchdowns last week. You also have Brian Mayette, who's going to be throwing the ball around, hopefully against a Charger defense that's probably one of the best in the Valley. Offensively for Charter Oak, you got Kory Brown, Ross Pereira as quarterback, Bryce Bobo, Aaren Vaughans, all playmakers, as well as Aaron Hauser, who's on the defensive side of the ball. He's a linebacker. This first game was against Chino Hills. He made an immediate impact. We'll have to see what they can do to get those guys going.
And it is the 3rd game of the Sierra League here at Bulldog Stadium. Stay tuned for highlights and interviews after the game.
Coming into the game, undefeated in the Sierra League at 2-0. Ayala is 1-1. Charter Oak ended up getting to the field late. They got stuck in the 71 traffic, all due to freeway jam on the 60 freeway. Speaking of jam, and this is Dane Cruikshank's going to take the opening kickoff all the way down to his 40-yard line. It's going to lead to Brian Mayette throwing this ball over to Blake Spencer. He bobbles it but catches it. He goes down to the 5-yard line. That is cashed in by Jordan Robinson, and Ayala takes an early 7-0 lead over Charter Oak. Kory Brown is going to get the ball. He's going to lead his team down. Fires to Bryce Bobo. 10-yard touchdown. That would lead to Charter Oak on the next drive. Tough defense. Here's a sack. They stuff the run. And then they run. Run it to Aaren Vaughans. He goes 45 yards on this delayed handoff. Next possession, Charter Oak gets an interception by number 28, Kari Garcia. He's going to run it all the way down to the Ayala 15-yard line. After the interception, Kory Brown is going to get the ball. He's going to run it in the end zone for 2 yards. 21-7 Charter Oak. Back comes Ayala. This long pass, 45 yards. Brian Mayette, Blake Spencer. Look at the concentration. Look at the catch. That makes that 21-14 at halftime. Third quarter action. Watch this play. You're going to see quarterback Kory Brown get the ball off to Aaren Vaughans. He's going to take it all the way down to the Ayala 25. But let's look at that play again. Here we go in slow motion. You can see Brown goes down there. They don't call it right there. You see how his knee hits? That would be ruled a pitch. It would eventually lead to Aaren Vaughans getting an 11-yard screen pass for the lead, 34-14. Then a beautiful pass on this one. It goes all the way down to Ryan Tolliver. He gets the touchdown. Here's another look at it again. Charter Oak in total control towards the end of the game. Even this play, Ross Pereira gets involved in there. He scrambles. It just showed you that night was tough for Ayala. They were almost getting to the quarterback, but whenever they got in trouble, Charter Oak gave it to Aaren Vaughans, and he led them to a 41-14 victory.
The final score of tonight's game was 41-14. Charter Oak had a great victory. Let's talk to head coach Lou Ferraro.
First, overcome tonight, Coach. I knew you wouldn't let them down. You would always try to prepare them as much as you can, but how do you prepare for something like this? Traffic jam?
You know, one time we were going to Los Altos to play a game, and a train stopped us, and we had to wait like 40 minutes. So this wasn't the longest wait we've ever had. We actually have experience with trying to get to Hacienda Heights from Charter Oak. But my problem is this, that we didn't actually get to a locker room we got off the bus. We didn't know if we were going to start at 7:10. They were gracious enough to give us 10 more minutes. We had a shortened warm-up, and so we're all creatures of habits, and we really work hard on pre-game preparation and the things we do. So when I saw it go, that was too good. We were down 7 to start with. We came back, but I knew this team wouldn't quit because they were fighting for a first-place tie. And so I had to have a few words with my young men at halftime to wake them up, and we changed our attitude. A small, minor in-flight adjustment, we call that. And that's my job. That's right here.
Let's talk about the third quarter, the beginning of the third quarter. You guys are pinned back. It's a 3rd and 12. Your quarterback scrambling around. He tosses it out at the last second. Talk about that play and how that changed.
That's Aaren Vaughans. He's a highlight. The guy, if we get the ball in his hands where he doesn't have 7 guys in the box looking at him, he's real dangerous. And Kory knew that. Kory saw him out of the corner of his eyes, flipped him the ball, and then it's Aaren after that. That's one of those, if you call it a broken play, call it a lucky play, but those two guys know if I'm in trouble and they're all covered and you're coming after me, he's looking for Aaren to dump the ball to. So that wasn't a dump, that was a pitch. It worked.
Tough loss tonight for the Ayala Bulldogs. Let's talk to head coach Randy Reed.
Talk about what you didn't do. Talk about some of the things that you did do right tonight.
Well, I'll have to talk about what Charter Oak did. Because Charter Oak did a very good job in the second half of ball control, kind of keeping the ball away from us. We came out in the second half in that first drive. They kind of got a play that could have gone either way. It was kind of a discretionary call by the officials. We thought he was down. They said he was up. They got a big play out of it. That could have been a stop right there. But Charter Oak executed a good game plan in the second half, and they kept the ball away from us pretty good, and they deserved to win this one.
First half, you guys moved the ball pretty well against them. What about the second half? What did they do to stop you guys?
We didn't get a whole lot of opportunities in the second half. Like I said, they did a good job of keeping it away from us. And when the one time we did put a solid drive together, a couple penalties hurt us. So it's one of those things that if you're going to make mistakes and jump off sides and do those kinds of things, it's hard to beat a tough team like this.
Okay, so now 2 wins, Coach. What does it look like?
Hey, it's the playoffs for us now. It's the playoffs for us every week. If we win out, we make the playoffs. If we lose another one, it's up in the air. So you know what? Playoffs start now. Playoffs don't start in 2 weeks. They start right now.
Okay, thank you.
Leading Charter Oak to another victory tonight with quarterback Kory Brown. Let's hear it after.
You get here late, a lot of stuff going on. You got a 21-14 lead at halftime, and then you get the ball and you're pinned in 3rd down. You're running around back there. What are you thinking when you make that play there?
Gosh, it was just, we got to make a play. All that hanging loose, everything's going wrong. And I don't know, I just out of the corner of my eye see one of our great athletes.
What do you tell them in the huddle? You guys haven't had a lot of close games. You got a lot of blowouts, but this time, it's one of those rallying type of deals. What do you tell them about that?
We had to get it going, and we had to do that through our tempo, which it was a tough day to get it going. I don't know if it was just the late start, getting here, things just weren't connecting fully, but come out from second half, it started to connect, and we really started to get everything in motion.
Well, congratulations.
Leading Charter Oak defensively tonight was linebacker number 58, Andrew Hauser. Let's hear it after.
You guys had to overcome some adversity today to get here. Talk about that performance for you guys tonight.
We came out a little flat today, and we started off weak, but then we all picked it up, and we came out strong. We knew it had to be done. We knew it was going to be a tough game all night for us, and defense picked it up, and offense picked us up when we needed them.
And you guys were only leading 21-14. What were you guys saying on the sideline amongst yourselves?
We knew we had to pick it up, and we know our defense can play, but we knew it wasn't a group effort. It wasn't all of us, our D linemen, our corners, everyone expected to come out and play strong.
Let's talk to Ayala's running back, Jordan Robbins.
Talk about that defense, Jordan.
Their defense is real strong. Like I said, they have a very strong run defense. And they pretty much outmuscled us today, but we have.
When you guys cut it, what did that do to you guys?
It pretty much killed our momentum. We were going strong at the end of the half. But
right at the third quarter. You guys pinned them in down at 3rd and 16.
We were getting down there, and then we just lost our momentum and they scored. So.
What does this team need to do to get 2 more wins to get to the playoffs?
Just back on top. Starts on tomorrow, actually, on film. So it starts tomorrow. We just got to get back on top. It's a tough loss.
Good luck to you.
The final score of tonight's game was 41-14. Huge win tonight for Charter Oak, and they still remain undefeated in the Sierra League and have a 7-1 record overall. They will be taking on Claremont next week. While Ayala did suffer a tough loss and now go 1-2 in the Sierra League, and their overall record is 5-3. Next week they'll be taking on South Hills. I'm Courtney Pond reporting for Tribune Sports.
How to be true, covered myself in numb things. Don't touch me and I won't touch you, trying to remember something.